Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is it.
That's right. Let's get straight to the conditions on closing day.
Not much time to talk. Let's go to the first race at a mile. And they're off. Ritz Master sprints out for the lead. Wink it to what? Quality Council has good speed. Little Red Ruler moves into contention, and Beware the Tiger is the gray. Indian Companion, TU, is widest of all into the first turn. Then it's a gap of about 4.5 lengths to Brother Day, racing on the outside of Zappa Prince. That pair followed by Giacomo and Jack, Tis Ready, and Kid Sydney is the early trailer. Wink at the What takes over onto the backstretch. Opens up nearly 2 on Ritz Master in second. They're followed by Quality Council in third. Indian Companion is racing in between horses. Down at the rail comes Beware the Tiger, losing just a little bit of ground while awaiting some racing room and about 3 lengths off the lead. Giacomo and Jack is about 12 off the lead. TU is now racing in the 4th spot. Little Red Ruler has 8 to make up. He's about 3.5 in front of Brother Day. Giacomo and Jack, Zappa Prince. The 2 trailers are Kid Sydney and Tis Ready at the back. Wink at the What is in charge midway on the far turn. Leads it by 2 lengths. Quality Council a joint second with Ritz Master just outside of him. Beware the Tiger is now called on for his run, and he has some too. And Beware the Tiger makes a bold move, looking for the lead at the top of the stretch. Has to get to Wink at the What. Giacomo and Jack is trying to rally from behind. They're at the top of the stretch. Wink at the What and Beware the Tiger squaring off with Quality Council outside of them. Beware the Tiger, Quality Council on the outside. Quality Council has the momentum and will win it going away. Quality Council for Blackhawk Stable and James Rogers, Chris Hartman, the winning trainer, and Chris Landeros, the substitute ride. The second race at 6 furlongs. We had 2 claims out of the first, Wink it to What by Ingrid Mason and TU by Robertino Diodoro. The second at 6 furlongs, maiden fillies and mares, 3 and up. And they're off. World Elite breaks out very swiftly, as does Bristol's Tail. Manil rushing through along the inside. Cold Cash a joint 4th. Wickedly Sweet on the outside 5th, but only 2 lengths off the lead. Then it's Mock Dirty to Me, a gap of 5 back to Town Surprise. Then it's Caddy and Sassy outside Wine Train, and Hold the Crown is the trailer. They're heading to the half-mile pole. It's Manil in front, prompted by World Elite between horses second and Bristol's Tail third, but only a length off the pace. Wickedly Sweet will go 4 wide around the far turn. Cold Cash has lost some ground into 5th, now 7 lengths off the lead. Mock Dirty to Me is next, followed by Caddy and Sassy, Town Surprise, Wine Train, and Hold the Crown continues to trail as they come toward the quarter pole. Manil at the rail. Bristol's Tail on the outside. Manil has plenty left in the tank as they turn for home. She cuts the corner and opens up 2. Bristol's Tail on the outside. World Elite under pressure in third. Caddy and Sassy trying to rally outside of Mock Dirty to Me. They're in the final furlong. Manil at the rail. Bristol's Tail up alongside. Bristol's Tail now takes the lead. Mock Dirty to Me. Caddy and Sassy with a late surge. Here comes Caddy and Sassy erupting on the outside. And Caddy and Sassy gets up. Caddy and Sassy, 1 of 2 for Mac Robertson, mows them all down. For owners and breeders, John and Iveta Kerber, Alex Conchari was up. Today's third race at a mile. Scratch number 8, Sergio's Pride, and the 12, Super Stroke. And they're off. Cove in the center is going straight to the front with Commandment, and Good Times rambles at the rail. I'd Be a Superstar makes it 4 across the track. Cowboy Khan is next. Belvin is moving into contention. They appear to be going very quickly into the first turn. Then comes Man of Quality on the inside of Deliverance Day. Moongun between those 2, and Squiddle'em is at the back of the pack. Around the first turn they go. The new leader is I'd Be a Superstar, 3/4 of a length. Good Times Rambles is in second. Cove on the outside third, just a length and a half off the lead. Then it's Belvin inside of Commandment. That pair 4 off them. Another 5 lengths to Man of Quality. Moongun is racing on the outside of him. Squiddle'em inches up with the red cap. They're followed by Deliverance Day and Cowboy Khan. Continuing down the backstretch, Good Times Rambles needs Bow by a neck. With I'd Be a Superstar up alongside, Cove has had a good soft trip, 3 wide third. Then it's Belvin in 4th, Commandment racing in 5th. Moongun takes 6th. At the rail comes Squiddle'em in the 7th position. Deliverance Day is asked for more now in the lime green cap. Man of Quality behind him. It's a distance to Cowboy Khan. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Good Times Rambles is under a little bit of pressure now. Commandment makes a 3-wide bid looking for the lead. I'd Be a Superstar is in between them. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go, and Commandment opens up a 1.5 lengths. Belvin becomes the main danger on the outside. He's coming gamely, and Man of Quality has surfaced on the back of the pack. Commandment's in front, close to home, and Commandment wins. Commandment wins with Louis Q for Steve Asmussen and owner R. Townsend Sparks and Byron Keith Mitchell.
Want to bet? Even when you're not at the track? Now Arkansans can watch and wager online from anywhere. Introducing Oaklawn Anywhere. Visit the Oaklawn Anywhere booth to join and fund your account with cash at the window or by direct deposit. Get a $100 bonus for signing up. Go to oaklawnanywhere.com for details. Oaklawn Anywhere, now everywhere for Arkansas residents.
Lake Hamilton. Historic downtown. Bathhouse Row. That's just part of the history made in Hot Springs years ago. But your first day on the lake, enjoying a meal fit for kings, or just being on top of the world, that's the kind of history made in Hot Springs every day. So come make yours. Visit hotsprings.org today.
This is Steve Landers. This is SteveLandersAuto.com. We pride ourselves on making your shopping experience as easy as possible. That's why we're proud to introduce SteveLandersAuto.com, where you can shop from both stores, Steve Landers Toyota and Steve Landers Chrysler Dodge Jeep. It's all about inventory. Thousands of new vehicles, every pre-owned option you can imagine, all at SteveLandersAuto.com. So remember, this is Steve Landers. This is SteveLandersAuto.com.
Welcome back to Oaklawn Today, the 4th race at a mile. Scratch 5, character 09, real power, and 11, one voice. And they're off. Keep them laughing out smoothly. There goes Cops now sprinting to take the lead. Cat's Destiny is in between them. Storm Devil on the outside. Then it's Upright Stuff. The pace appears moderate. Another Gear and Hunterwood are side by side around the first turn. Dazzling Okie second to last. And Mr. Handsome at the back of a fairly compact group. It's Cops in front by a head to Cat's Destiny in second. Keep 'em laughing, an eager third, and Storm Devil is just outside of him. They're followed by Upright Stuff, taken in hand 5th and 3.5 lengths off the lead. Another Gear and Hunterwood still side by side, 2 clear of Dazzling Okie and Mr. Handsome. Down the backstretch, Cat's Destiny, Cops continue to do battle up top with Storm Devil on the outside 3rd. Then it's Keep 'em Laughing in 4th. At the rail, Upright Stuff still 5th, 2 lengths off the lead. Hunterwood on the outside of Another Gear, Dazzling Okie and Mr. Handsome. Not much change into the far turn. Cat's Destiny, Cops makes his move now and puts his head in front. Storm Devil moves to challenge Cops. Cat's Destiny gives way 3rd. They're followed by Keep 'em Laughing 4th. Upright Stuff is next. On the far outside, Dazzling Okie is trying to mount a bid as the field turns for home. Storm Devil on the outside, Cops just inside of him. These two squaring off, and they're very close. They actually made contact with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Storm Devil, Cops comes right back. Cops and Storm Devil, shoulder to shoulder. Storm Devil just in front. Cops battles back. Storm Devil gets there first. Back-to-back solid scores since the claim by Chris Hartman. Another win for Blackhawk stable of James Rogers, this time apprentice Angel Cruz aboard Storm Devil. The 5th race is for maidens, 3 years of age, a full field of 12. And they're off. Don't Tell 'em goes straight to the front, opens up 2 in a hurry. First splash came away in good order. There goes Go Vo on the outside now to take second. At the rail comes Zip Zap Zapper in 4th, Charm racing in mid-pack 5th, and about 7 lengths off the early tempo. Roll Tide Roll is moving up 1 from the rail all the way now to claim the 3rd position. Dyna Macho is 5 lengths off the lead. Mr. Pippins is just outside of him. They're followed by Could Be Game. A 4 wide Doodle Hopper has the pink cap and 8 to make up. The two trailers are Hot Buttered Soul and American Road at the back. Midway on the turn, Don't Tell Him, Go Vo puts his head in front. Roll Tide Roll will need to find some racing room. He's on the inside of 4 horses as the field turns for home. Go Vo on the outside and Don't Tell Him. Just behind them, Roll Tide Roll gets a clear shot if good enough. He's followed by Dyna Macho. They're inside the final 1/8 of a mile, and Roll Tide Roll is let loose on the outside of Go Vo. They're on even terms. They have left the rest behind. Zip Zap Zapper with a late run. Roll Tide Roll in a sharp debut. Wins by 3.5. Zip Zap Zapper in a photo with Roll Tide Roll. An eye-catching debut. He's a son of elusive quality. Not easy to win with a trip like that in your debut. Gary and Mary West, congratulations to Wayne Catalano on a phenomenal meet, and John Velasquez was aboard. The 6th race for 3-year-olds and up, 1 mile and a 16th the distance. We had a field of 12. And they're off. It's a fast beginning for Holy Soldier. Aces High in the red colors up to take the lead. Unbridled Character, Rye hustled up, and 49 Watts came away in good order as Voodoo Storm tucks in just behind the leading trio. They're followed by Rank Has Privileges on the outside of Arkansas Martini, who's 10 lengths off the lead. Then comes Shakenator, who is racing just on the inside of Dr. Spin. The 2 trailers are Lasting Impact, and Indian Red is at the back of the pack. Onto the backstretch they go, and Unbridled Character takes a narrow lead from Aces High in second. It's another 2 back to Rye. 49 Watts is racing in between horses, and outside of them it's Holy Soldier. Then it's another 4 or 5 lengths back to Voodoo Storm. At the rail comes Rank Has Privileges. A 3-wide Dr. Spin is trying to launch a little bit of a rally. Shakenator between those 2. Lasting Impact is 10 lengths off the lead. Now Indian Red gets a nudge to go on and does respond, and Arkansas Martini's at the back. Into the far turn, Aces High, Unbridled Character. There goes Voodoo Storm. And Voodoo Storm with a nice move all the way up to claim 3rd. Rye is on the inside of horses. Behind them, Rank Has Privileges is angled off the fence. 49 Watts inside of him. Top of the stretch, Aces High. Voodoo Storm takes up the chase on the outside. Unbridled Character has given way 3rd. Indian Red trying to rally from behind. An 1/8 of a mile to go. Aces High fully extended, trying to fight off Rye, who's coming back for more in between horses, and Voodoo Storm on the outside. Aces High or Rye. Aces High 3/4 to Rye. Aces High fought them all off the entire journey. Game victory by Aces High, who scores for Steve Margolis and Jesus Castanon, and the Pocket Aces Racing of Jared Shoemaker and Mark Wampler. 49 Watts claimed by Ingrid Mason, Voodoo Storm by Mike Rohn. The 7th, the Grade 2 Oaklawn Handicap. And they're off. It was a beautiful beginning. Golden Lad is going out for the lead. Street Strategy has some speed on the outside, and he'll go to put some pressure on them. Carb is up close. Race Day secures a nice position along the fence. Sammy Mandeville is 5th. Rustlin is on the outside of him. They're followed by Hard Aces. Tapiture is second to last, and For Greater Glory trails. Into the first turn, Race Day comes through on the inside of Carve. They're going at a leisurely tempo with Golden Lad 1.5 lengths back, 3 wide 3rd. Street Strategy is comfortable early. He's racing 2.5 in front of Sammy Mandeville, who was just passed by Tapiture. Tapiture is 5th and now only 5 lengths off the lead. Hard Aces inside of Rustlin and For Greater Glory. Down the backstretch they go. Carve on the outside. Race Day immediately counters and puts his gray neck back in front. It's now 2 to Golden Lad 3rd. Street Strategy has to get closer. Tapiture is on the inside of him past the half-mile pole. Sammy Mandeville 8 lengths off the pace. For Greater Glory moves through on the inside of Hard Aces, and that leaves Rustlin at the back. Race Day and Carve 1-2 most of the way. Golden Lad now asked to get after them in 3rd. Street Strategy is still in 4th. Tapiture at the rail. Then it's Sammy Mandeville. They pass the quarter pole. Race Day, Carve, neither giving an inch. Race Day at the rail, very game. Carve is trying to get by him. It's Race Day and Carve. 3 lengths back to Golden Lad. Tapiture. Race Day now getting the upper hand inside the 8th pole, and he's hand-ridden by John Velasquez, another beautiful son of Tappet, striding out powerfully through the stretch. Race day, dominant in the Oaklawn Handicap. Race day, a narrow victory in the Razorback, jogs home in the Oaklawn Handicap. Congratulations to Matthew Shera, trainer Todd Pletcher, and John Velasquez gets his second on the program. We'll be back with the instant racing after this.
I firmly believe that any man's finest hour, the greatest fulfillment of all that he holds dear, is that moment when he has worked his heart out in a good cause and lies exhausted on the field of battle, victorious.
At West Rock Coffee, we celebrate the determination and spirit of the people of Rwanda who help us make the finest coffee in the world.
Arkansans are just born lucky. Lucky to be so close to hot springs, the legendary Spa City, and home to Oaklawn Gaming, where you can play all your favorite games all year long, from penny games to Wheel of Fortune, video poker to blackjack. Why drive farther? Arkansas's favorite place to play, Oaklawn Gaming. Get your $10 free play coupon at oaklawn.com.
Now playing at Steve Lander's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the 2015 Chrysler 200, a next-generation mid-size sedan with best-in-class horsepower, 36 miles per gallon, 9-speed automatic transmission, and starting at just $21,700. Plus, the new Chrysler 200 was named a must-drive car of the year. Come see this year's industry blockbuster at Steve Lander's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, above the Rave Theater on Colonel Glenn.
The 8th race is the instant racing. These are 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs, scratch perfect fit. And they're off. OKC is hustled right out of the gate to take the lead. Promise Me Silver came away well. There goes Indian Brava and Calypso Run, sprinting through along the inside. Harbor Island is a close-up 4th. Promise Me Silver now settles 5th.